Andy, there's something on you.
Yep, it would appear that way.
And I know just what to do.
Do you know how to aim that?
Stand still, hold L, engage missiles.
Engage what?
With Metroid Prime 4 on the horizon, and many of us, mainly me, hoping for an eventual direct sequel to Metroid Dread, I figured it was time to take a step into the past and look at the first Mercury Steam-developed Metroid game, Metroid Samus Returns, a remake of Metroid 2, The Return of Samus. This remake released on the 3DS in 2017.
So, where does this one take place in the timeline?
After the first Metroid game, in which Samus stopped the space pirates and their leader Mother Brain from utilizing the unique abilities of the Metroids, but the Galactic Federation was scared of anyone else using the Metroids for nefarious purposes. So for the sequel, they dispensed a special force of Federation soldiers to destroy the last of the Metroid threat on their home planet.
I don't think the Galactic Federation thought this through. They had to rely on a specially trained and equipped bounty hunter to save the universe last time. What makes them think 4 regular dudes will be able to take care of even one alien? Samus even acquires power-ups on her adventures from various Chozo statues and enemies. Is there anyone else in the universe with a suit that lets them do that?
Hey, are we even equipped to take down a Metroid?
Did you bring the freeze blasters?
I brought the missiles.
The what?
After hearing nothing from the deployed soldiers and only receiving a small amount of data to indicate Metroid presence, the GF trusts Samus with the mission their special force likely failed at, eliminating the Metroid threat. And so the game begins as Samus lands on the succulent, crackly crust of SR-388.
Equipped with nothing but the standard suit, a handful of missiles, and an energy blaster, you assume the orange boots of Samus Aran. That's basically the story of Samus Returns right there. You are Samus, you have a mission, and you eventually complete it. There are no lore dumps or major plot points that change. The Special Force soldiers did die, obviously. The Metroids are dangerous, duh, and you are tasked with their elimination.
Between landing and mission complete, it's just gameplay, man. Lots of gameplay. Exploration, scanning, blasting, and rolling while stuck to walls. Many of the things that make Metroid Dread great appear here too, such as the ability to stand and free aim, as well as the melee counter, which is an awesome ability it took me a few playthroughs to master, specifically during boss battles.
While Samus Returns has many standard Metroid Series tested abilities such as the gravity and Varia suits, several types of missiles, and high jump boots, there are 4 new abilities in this game using the Aeon energy. This was actually the debut of this energy before it appeared again in Dread. These 4 skills are
Scan Pulse, which scans the environment for breakable blocks and or mysterious crevices that can be opened with your different ammunitions.
Lightning Armor. This coats Samus in Aeon and allows her semi-safe passage specifically around these plants that will cause damage to you over time, or simply deplete the Aeon meter with the armor turned on. It also powers up her melee counter.
Beam Burst. When active, this allows Samus to shoot high-frequency energy, depending on the type you have unlocked and equipped. This will do a lot of extra damage, and with the right upgrades can shoot through walls and enemies.
Finally, the Phase Drift. This one's simple. It slows down time. You'll need this to get through puzzles with those blocks that break when any weight touches them.
You'll use those 4 Aeon abilities along with series-tested upgrades to conquer all sorts of puzzles in order to cross great gaps of lava and scary plants. You'll also come face-to-face with the point of this game, Metroids. But these are scarier, more difficult, mature versions of the normally kind of adorable space jellyfish.
These things are not cute. Their evolutions only prove that as they consume nearby enemies, grow arms, and learn how to shoot different ricocheting energy blasts. These things should be granted no quarter. The best way to defeat most Metroid evolutions is to freeze their underbelly with the charged freeze blast, melee counter its incoming swiping attack, then pelt that thing with missiles. You can skip right to the missiles for the whole fight, but that's kind of a slow way of doing things. In addition, freezing the soft spot is the only way to weaken some of them for a melee counter.
Using the Scan Pulse will tell you when Metroids are nearby, so use that often so you aren't surprised by, God damn it, I wasn't ready.
You're never ready to be an intergalactic hero.
At this point, I think the Galactic Federation has Samus on speed dial, so she is constantly ready to be an intergalactic hero.
Each area has a certain number of Metroids you have to collect DNA from before you can move to the next. The amount is determined by these Chozo seals that head each area, which will place a helpful counter on the bottom screen so you can always know how many you have left.
If you have a sense of direction like me and can't find the Metroids, go back to the Chozo seal at any time after capturing one Metroid in the area. It'll tell you where the rest are. It's a pretty handy tool.
Beyond extra abilities, control scheme updates, extra unlockables, and more collectibles, this remake adds in a character the original never included. After a long, hard-fought battle with a Queen Metroid, who was quite the hassle for James if I'm to understand, you acquire a baby Metroid, who Samus does not kill upon meeting, even though It's her mission.
But it imprinted on her. It won't do any harm.
Past experiences with the species, the danger they pose in every game they appear, and the entire game should possess Samus to complete the job. But whatever. I guess the game's done, so there's nothing else that could possibly endanger the rest of the universe. Samus, kill the baby. Kill the baby now. Kill it. Kill the baby. Kill the...
What I feel is a very last-minute addition to Samus Returns is this somewhat Metal Ridley fight to rescue the Metroid baby. It's not a specifically difficult fight, but it is very long. It utilizes many of the abilities you learn in this game, and ultimately is almost as satisfying to win as it was to defeat the Queen Metroid. Anyway, defeat the Space Pirate Remnant, climb in your ship with your co-pilot, and speed off into space to finish the game.
At about 12 hours, you'll have completed Mercury Steam's first fantastic foray into the Metroid series. Despite the repetitive battles, wildly large environments with not enough teleport points to make collectible hunting worthwhile, skills the game doesn't teach you that you just have to learn on the fly, and the sudden, unexpected Ridley fight, this game is pretty dinning good.
Something I really appreciate about this game is how straightforward completing it 100% actually is. Samus Returns does not contain any of the fast-moving abilities like the Flash Shift or the Shine Spark, which means you don't have to do the fucking crazy shit required to get some of the missile upgrades in Dread. The Scan Pulse will tell you where the breakables are, making collectibles so much easier to get to. No more crazy Shine Spark tricks. That really surprised me about Samus Returns. I was waiting for that type of thing to show up, but it never did, and really encouraged me to go the extra mile and get all the missile and Aeon upgrades.
Beyond that, after beating the game, you unlock Chozo memories.
Chozo?
There are 10 in total if you're not a completionist, 11 if you are. They depict the events of the Chozo coming to, colonizing, and discovering the dangers of inhabiting planet SR-388. These are why Samus Returns are so special and important to Metroid lore.
There's also concept art from this game and the original game.
Is that as interesting as the first appearance of Ravenbeak and Quiet Robe from Dread? Didn't think so. While these HD images are presented sans context, it's fairly easy to infer what happened between the two factions of Chozo, the Metroids, and the several other events that occurred on SR-388.
With that, I have completed Metroid Samus Returns while Andy sat in the other room doing something else.
Probably eating brownies.
This game is great. I had the great fortune of playing this after playing Dread, so there were several connections both mechanically and narratively that I was able to place, which only enticed me to play more Metroid games. I bought and played Prime Remastered because of Dread and Samus Returns. Those three paired with Other M make for very different games, but hot damn am I excited to see more.
What did you think of our incredibly timely review? Did you get this game at launch? And if not, how much did you pay? What 3DS game should we do an incredibly timely review of next? Let us know in the comments while James fights a Metroid in the background.
Press L, free aim, activate missiles, shoot missile, miss target.
You missed?